Welcome to No Cover Comics.
Smallville Season 11, Issue Number 1. It's been 6 months since Superman's debut, Save the Earth from Darkseid, and it's morning in Metropolis. After a quiet night on patrol, the Green Arrow is taking it easy on the balcony of the watchtower. His wife Chloe urges him to come to bed, but he's holding off until he sees his friend. Lois is peacefully sleeping in her and Clark's apartment. At LexCorp, Lex's assistant Otis questions their morning routine of looking out the window. Lex explains it's a ritual for a sense of normalcy, and like the rest of the city, he is waiting for him. Right on schedule, a red and blue blur flies by. In orbit around Earth, aboard the Russian space platform, the cosmonauts are conducting scans when a tear in space appears, bleeding red energy that damages the station. Before they can even ask for help, the cosmonauts are rescued and the space station is fixed. By Superman. Superman asks if anyone speaks English and informs the cosmonauts that his repairs are temporary, then asks for the nearest airlock. Before he can leave, one cosmonaut asks for his autograph, because Superman is his son's hero, to which Supes calls the cosmonaut a hero. The cosmonauts asked how they can thank him. Superman tells them that won't be necessary. I'm just doing my job. In the Metropolis apartment of Lois and Clark, Clark talks about the tear in space, brushing his teeth while Lois is working. Clark inquires about returning their wedding gifts, to which Lois reminds him that their wedding was postponed, not cancelled. He compliments Lois on her shirt, playfully noting that they got the S incorrect. Lois explains that it is challenging to get it right when he constantly changes it. After being shot with kryptonite bullets, he felt the need to alter it and add a lead lining to the symbol over his heart. They share a kiss, both acknowledging how much they have missed each other amidst their busy schedules. Lois points out that, despite their workloads, Clark is the one being honored with a statue by the Russians. Clark downplays the significance, but Superman's actions over the past 6 months have inspired many, which was the original intention behind wearing the cape. However, Clark expresses a desire to take things further and reveal his identity as an alien. Unfortunately, with the recent images of hostile aliens from Apokolips surfacing and Lex's escalating alien fearmongering, Lois fears that even Superman's bright presence in a dark universe may go unheard at this time. At LexCorp, Lex Luthor is expressing his concerns to General Sam Lane regarding the military's insufficient response following the recent contact with aliens. Lex mentions that the Russians have been making efforts, highlighting that their privatized research lab is just a front to deploy a weapon into orbit. Lex is of the firm belief that this defense is essential for the protection of humanity from outside threats and intends to personally ensure that this is achieved with his Guardian platforms. Regardless of whether the military approves Lex's joint venture proposal, General Lane disagrees, noting that the military aims to avoid causing more fear, and that a weapon can be easily aimed downward, leading to potential abuse of power, which leads Lex to mention Superman, stating that a man who can push a planet with his bare hands is too dangerous to be trusted. Sam responds that Superman gives people hope. Lex raises the question of what would occur when Superman decides to take that hope away. General Lane informs Lex that as soon as he has cause to intervene, Superman will be dealt with. In downtown Metropolis, Clark discusses the latest issue of the Daily Planet with the vendor when Lex appears. Lex makes a cutting remark at the Daily Planet as he overpays for his coffee. Clark notes that his sister effectively ran the planet. Lex says, Tess tragically took her own life. Lex questions if he's Clark Kent, and Clark replies with Lex Luthor, the people's hero, a title from Lex's PR team. Lex mentions they were friends in their youth, and that he pieced it together from various press clippings. Though Lex doesn't grasp how they were more than acquaintances, Lex finds the world disappointing and is striving to improve it. When Clark accuses Lex of overcompensating, Lex retorts that he isn't flying around in blue tights. Clark impresses Lex with his knowledge of Lex's orbital plans and Clark's attitude, under his clumsy, and thinks that must be why he was interested in Clark. As an alarm sounds, Lex talks about his space launch and press conference while Clark, not listening, whooshes away. As Lex turns and finds Clark missing, Lex is ridiculed for making people disappear by an unseen voice. Looking, he sees the woman he murdered, his dead sister Lutessa Luthor, commonly known as Tess Mercer. And the blood-stained Vision asks,
"What's the matter, Lex? You look like you've seen a ghost."
An alarm is sounding at the port of Metropolis, as bad guys are doing bad things. A thief expresses concern about Superman when an arrow causes them to relinquish their stolen items. As the arrow vibrates in the side of the shipping crate, the Green Arrow, offended, asserts that he was kicking ass long before Big Blue. Exchanging shots and quips, Ollie plays with his prey, until the villains mention his wife. Then Oliver gets serious and swiftly takes out most of them in one shot. Just as the last bad guy fires a rocket launcher, Superman makes his entrance for the explosion. A quick change later, the bad guys are tied up and handed over to the police, while Oliver and Clark take a moment to reconnect. Oliver believes Superman's behavior resembles that of a politician, suggesting it's difficult for him to avoid appearing boastful. Clark tells Ollie that Superman has never kissed a baby, but as Clark, He once dealt with an exploding baby. This leads the discussion to Oliver and Chloe relocating to Star City, something they've planned for 6 months. But Chloe is struggling more than anticipated to let go of Watchtower. At the Watchtower, Chloe is arguing with the computer about its hacking abilities. As Lois enters with coffee, Chloe tells Lois she is investigating the rift Clark saw in orbit. They discuss their hectic lives. Lacking time for Clark and Lois's wedding, Chloe establishing watchtowers in the home cities of their band of merry friends, not seeing their partners often, and being tired. Which is why Lois brought Chloe coffee. Granted access to the Russian station's cameras, Chloe rewinds to the incident's time and realizes she and Ollie won't be heading to Star City anytime soon. Something, or someone, came down during that storm.
Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe.